All right, we're here in New York City. We're at ASIANAS, as you can see, and we're here with some actors and actresses. Singers. Oh, you're a singer?
Here as well.
All right, what's your name?
Shaila.
Shaila. And
Bill Lanndis.
And Bill played on a very important role recently, right?
Yeah, I just finished working on the remake of The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's a remake of a classic 1970s movie where a group of terrorists kidnap a bunch of people on the subway and hold them for ransom.
Wow.
And Shaila was on it too. She played a secretary.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yes, actually,
you didn't tell me that.
Yes, I'm an actor as well, and actually it was an MTA supervisor I played for the MTA. Wow. And yes, and we were locked in the office with Denzel Washington
and John Travolta,
John Turturro, it was
for
really
7
great.
weeks.
Yes.
Wow, that's an actor's dream, actress's dream.
Absolutely.
You know, our director is Tony Scott. You know, he's a famous director from Britain. He directed movies like Top Gun and Black Hawk Down.
American Gangster.
American Gangster. He's a very influential director, and he was amazing. He was a fabulous director,
really
and a wicked sense of humor. He really made those long days
really enjoyable. Really amazing.
So your parts, were they difficult at times? Did you find did you have some good?
Yeah.
There was some long days actually, very long days. You know, when you have to keep doing them over and over, and sometimes the lighting wasn't right or the mood wasn't right, and we had to do some retakes. But overall, it was a great experience, very enjoyable.
Yeah, sometimes the mic doesn't pick up your dialogue, and you have to do it over again, or the lighting wasn't right, or something was off, or. But I mean.
So now, who directed it?
Tony Scott.
Tony Scott. Wow. Oh.
Yeah, actually, his brother.
Wow.
Scott did American Gangster.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I think he also did the Aliens. Didn't he do Alien?
I think so.
I think he did the Alien movies too. Yeah, the brother Ridley Scott.
Yes.
They're British.
And it's coming out in June, so we're looking so forward to it.
Is this the biggest role? Is this the biggest role that you've played so far? I mean, as actress and actor.
I've gotten lead roles before.
Yeah.
I was in The Mirror Has Two Faces and in an Asian TV miniseries back in the early 90s. But this is the biggest thing I've done in like maybe 10 or 12 years.
Yeah. So do you feel as an actor, that you're getting better at it? Or like, how does it work? I mean, it's Fred's Interesting Topics of the Week, and we got all actors and actresses in New York City, and they want to know what your idea of it is since you've landed a part already.
Well, I think you just have to do it. It's not something that you can study the technical aspects of it, but I think it's instinctual. It's something that you have within yourself, an ability to pick up a script, identify with the material, and be able to convey those emotions to an audience. Believable, it's got to be believable.
Absolutely.
And it's all about finding the truth in the scene, finding the truth in that, set of circumstances, and it's having that ability to pick up the script and being able to identify with the material.
And I think it's like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yes,
And I felt, after working 1 month on one solid project, that was the longest I'd ever worked on one project, and I felt so much better and confident after I did that. It was really great.
I guess the experience of doing it is better, right?
It was like boot camp for acting.
Yes,
if you could survive a month on this set, you could survive anything. Because you had to be there at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
You're getting home at midnight or 1, and you got to get up and do it again.
And the next morning,
Day after day, long hours. So if you don't love it, you gotta be into it. You gotta love it.
See, so you think it's easy being an actor? That's why I'm coming to you guys. No. But I've heard that. Yeah. And sometimes, it's like you could play a part that fits you perfect, and then the movie becomes so huge, or the play becomes so huge that's what makes you too, right? I mean,
that's very true.
So the writing comes in a big part of it.
Absolutely.
Well, like the role that I played, they didn't know whether they wanted a male or a female at one point, but they would the director was trying to decipher how he wanted it to go.
Right.
And finally, you know, I was lucky enough to get it. But for a time there, he didn't know until he was, you know, interviewed how many people. And then he just decided, I kind of knew it was like a male-driven, you know, it was like an action movie.
Right.
And the character's name is Ramirez, so I figured it would have to be someone.
So you turn yourself into that?
You'd have to turn yourself into that person. I mean, I was a screaming banshee on the set, but that's nothing unusual.
But you looked the part, that helped, and then being the part helped even more, right?
Yes.
And as the day went on, the director picked up on your talents. He knew your strong points and your weak points, and he put me in one scene where I had to cry with Denzel Washington, and that was very intense. Very, very intense. So you have to kind of know and just really.
So what got you in the mood to cry with him?
It's just kind of method acting. You have to really get into your mind. You know, a really sad moment that happened in your life, and just, you know, or something sad. I just think of something bad that's happening in the world today, and just really dwell on it. And you know, I just start tearing up, and it just happens. And then I watch Denzel cry, and he's so gorgeous. How can a lady watch Denzel cry without crying with him? You know?
Oh yeah, right. So you were crying because he's crying because he's going to the bank tomorrow, and we're crying because we're not going to the bank.
Exactly.
Who's crying now? You're in New York City, everybody.
Great.
So anyway, but we're here at ASIANAS.
And before we go, if I could mention before we go, I'm going to be singing here on July 30th with my jazz trio, and we're having a book signing, and so please come out, whoever is watching, and enjoy the night with that.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
What date is that now? Say that again.
July 30th, 8 o'clock.
All right, I'm going to try to make it.
Great.
July 30th. It sounds good. So come out and see them, and you've heard a lot about acting tonight, and this is Fred's Interesting Topics of the Week, and we'll see you again.
Thank you.
Right.